today we're reviewing the HoliFrog Utopia Microflora Toner. And really quick, I just want to say, purchase products with my own money. I'll never waste your time with sponsored ads or videos. So if you want to help support the channel, check out nobsb.com, check my Patreon community, or click on the links below. Okay, finally get a chance to review this one, which obviously came just destroyed. Do you guys have issues with your stuff coming just destroyed? I know Ulta is a common one. I was reading a thread the other day from Ulta about candles. People are these glass candles. They just throw them into like an envelope and they arrive all smashed. Or they throw them into a box with no padding. And they just arrive just trashed. So anyway, this one made it, but the box didn't do so well. Okay, so they say this post-cleanse treatment is overflowing with beneficial microflora and hydrating heroes to tip the balance back to normal. This banish breakout-inducing bacteria from your skin. The mild astringent qualities of apple cider vinegar, I'll talk more about that in a second, make for a less hospitable environment for harmful bacteria, and combined with the natural anti-inflammatory properties of aloe leaf juice and berry-restoring black biome, this concentrated fluid makes for a staple in every regimen. Yay, every regimen. And I've got lots of thoughts, especially on the apple cider vinegar, and a couple issues I have with this one. Okay, first criteria is packaging. No real issues with the packaging, although I will say to pump this makes it a little bit hard to do it without making a mess. Like, see that? Like, it splatters everywhere. So just to get a little bit, it splatters everywhere. I mean, well, the second one was a little bit better. But anyway, do you have a paper towel, cameraman? Or something? I had to rehire a cameraman. Anyway, so to get a little bit out, it just makes a mess, but you get a little bit and you just rub your hands and then pat it on your skin, but it feels really nice and hydrating and calming on your skin. So there we go. Everything feels nice and soft, although I will say there's no denatured or drying types of alcohol in this, which is wonderful. There's no fragrance in it, but it definitely has like a vinegary smell to it. So keep that in mind. A little bit of a vinegary smell, which makes sense because there's apple cider vinegar in here, which can be used for a lot of different things. But anyway, okay, the manufacturing location for this one is the U.S., so no issues with that. I'll do a pH test. On the box, they say the pH is between 4 and 5, which is like, usually it's between 4 and 4.2, not like 4 and 5, because that's kind of a big spread, but anyway. Okay. So pH of this one, I would say it's about 5 exactly. So no issues at all with that. But anyway, ease of use. So shake it up, dispense a couple drops, pat it onto your skin after cleansing. I use it after cleansing and toning. I use this more like an essence than a toner, because typically a toner might be something you apply with a cotton pad right after cleansing. I use this more as an essence, kind of a leave-on treatment. And I just pat it on my skin. Usually 2 pumps is enough to cover my face and neck. And absorbs pretty quickly and sets to a natural non-sticky finish, which is quite nice. And then after I use this, I'll move on to serums and treatments and things like that. So I really like using this. I use it in my morning and evening routine just because it's super easy to add in. It gives my skin some extra hydration, I feel like, which it needs, especially during the winter time, which it is. So very easy to use. Okay, in terms of ammo testing, it's cruelty-free, so no issues with that. Okay, in terms of performance, so the slight issue I have with this is the apple cider vinegar, which for most people won't be an issue. It's typically used as a pH adjuster, so to make the pH a lot higher or lower, whichever one they need it to be. It's also typically used as a preservative and has antimicrobial properties. Some people can be sensitive to it. There's a lot of hair products with apple cider vinegar in them now, which help the scalp and things like that. But your face is super sensitive, and certain people are more sensitive to it, especially in higher amounts. And where this falls on the ingredient list, it's a decent amount of apple cider vinegar. So keep that in mind. There we go. Anyway, yeah, it's in the top third of the ingredients. So keep that in mind. It also has an ingredient called Zymomonas ferment extract, which converts into acetic acid and acts as a preservative. So that's another one. Apple cider vinegar also converts to acetic acid, which can be irritating to skin. Smaller amounts are not going to be a huge issue, but for people with very, very sensitive skin, this could be an iffy ingredient. I know the Inky List had just an apple cider vinegar peel, I think, which didn't sell well because now it's at TJ Maxx. So obviously, although a lot of the Ankylo stuff is at TJ Maxx, so that might not be a test of anything, mean anything. Okay, so that's my slight issue with it. Prebiotics in skincare is becoming a new area that's being studied a lot more. I have a feeling like at this point, some of these prebiotics, postbiotics, they might not be doing anything. I don't know, because the real ones are typically refrigerated in our live cultures. All the ones we're getting are dead, which is ironic to say dead prebiotic, because prebiotic means microorganism, a living microorganism. So anyway, so it's definitely an area that needs more study. I like the fact that they've added other ingredients in instead of just relying solely on that prebiotic marketing. So, and it does leave skin feeling nicely hydrated. It's friendly for most skin types except the most sensitive, and the only one ingredient of note for acne-prone skin, and that's jojoba seed oil. I'm going to tell you about the ingredients in 1 second. Okay, in terms of price, this one's expensive. So I've been using this now for probably 2 months, and I can already tell the bottle's about here. Although, maybe it's not. This is a full size, which is 4 ounces, $44, 120 ounces, or 120 milliliters. So it's a little expensive. A lot of toners will last me like 3-4 months. This one will probably end up lasting me 2.5 at the most. So it's kind of expensive for what it is. Then in terms of the ingredients and beneficial ingredients, so I've got aloe leaf juice, which is good skin soothing, calming, hydrating ingredient. Can also help with redness. Jojoba seed oil, extremely stable wax ester that closely resembles human sebum. Moisturizes the skin, which helps mix with the sebum that forms a thin, non-greasy, semi-inclusive layer, which absorbs into skin, leaving it soft and supple. We've got fermented radish root, which is a prebiotic. It's an alternative natural preservative as well. It comes from radishes, fermented with leucotones kimchi, a lactic acid bacteria that's been used to make the traditional Korean dish kimchi, which during the fermentation process, a peptide is secreted from the bacteria that has significant antimicrobial properties, good prebiotic ingredient. We've got that honey extract, moisturizing, soothing, antibacterial. Lactobacillus extract, skin conditioning, hydrating, prebiotic. We've got sunflower sprout extract, which is an antioxidant that I'd never heard of before, but it's actually in a fair amount of products. So I'm interested in doing more research on that one. We've got Betula Alba juice, which is an astringent ingredient, which means helps soak up oil. We've got rice extract, skin conditioning, oil absorbing ingredient, sea salt, skin conditioning rich in calcium, potassium, sodium, magnesium, iron, manganese, selenium, and zinc. Selenium. I think I got it. Somebody correct me. I'm sure somebody will. And then we've got sodium hypochlorite, which is a prebiotic. So a nice list. I'm glad they're not solely relying on just the prebiotic thing by throwing in the honey and the ferments, which is really nice, and the aloe. So nice hydrating ingredients they included in here, as well as the prebiotics. So maybe more research will be done and we'll find out for sure once and for all if prebiotics are the real deal or not. Because at this point, even I'm not sure. I'm sure most people, I guess that's why we're doing more research on it. So, okay, in terms of the it factor, interestingly, there's not a lot of dupes for this. The closest is the Augustin Espater exfoliating toner, which is like $300 or something. And the other one is the Tula glycolic toner. I do enjoy this. I like the way it feels on my skin. It feels like a nice way to add an extra moisture really quickly and just prime my skin for the next coming products I apply. So it's really nice. It's not a must-have. It'll work well for most people except for those with the most sensitive skin due to the apple cider vinegar. It's always interesting to find a product where there's no real similar products. So it means it's kind of unique and they really did their due work on it, which is nice. Instead of a lot of products where there's nearly just everything's a dupe for it. So it's unique, which I like. So anyway, okay, with a 10 being a perfect score, I gave this one an 8 out of 10. It's nice. I'll definitely finish it. And if it's on sale, I might even repurchase it when I finish it. So that says something. So anyway, interesting read from you guys. And you know what? Somebody left a comment. I need to do some research on HoliFrog, the brand founder. Anyway, somebody left a comment about it, and I just want to acknowledge the comment, and I'm going to do some reading on it. They mentioned something the founder's working on. So I'm going to do some reading up on that in the meantime. So anyway, interested in hearing your guys' thoughts on HoliFrog. Leave a comment. Love hearing from you guys. And stay tuned for more tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.